All right. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. It's good to see you all. And we're going to continue looking at the Buddha's instructions for thus should you train. There were many, many instances when the Buddha gave that advice to people when they were embarking on the training as monastics or partway through their monastic life, or to lay people and under every kind of circumstance, including approaching death. So there's a lot of different options here in our basket. And I think we're going to pass this around here so people here can take one, and then we'll also select some for you all at home who want to get an instruction for 2025. Anybody up for starting? Wanna come up here and
This is like the Chinese
fortune cookie.
yeah, fortune
It's a
cookie.
Buddhist fortune cookie. It's without the cookie. A New Year's, better than New Year's resolutions. You know how long those, well, I don't know, maybe yours last all year. I'm not sure if that's true of most of us. Come on, Horn, why don't you come over here, sit down, share your pick with everyone. This is the hot seat. We should put it on the other side of the table, then it would really be the hot seat.
Hi.
This is Huang. Most of you know that.
Oh, it's a short one. I would intend on the endeavor to develop the aids to enlightenment.
Good. The aids to enlightenment there, the Pali is the Bodhipakkhiya Dhammas. So that can include, I don't know if the Buddha intended for it to include the specific things that it's later been identified for it, but it's the 37, sometimes called wings to awakening. So the Noble Eightfold Path, the 7 factors of enlightenment, the 5 powers, and the duplicate 5 faculties, and the 4 right efforts, and the 4 foundations of mindfulness. And
I think I lost track.
there's another one. The 4 right efforts, the 4 foundations of mindfulness.
5 powers, 5 focus,
Yeah.
5 strength.
What's the other 4? Is it the
4, I have
the
4
four-
right. The 4,
oh,
something for concentration.
maybe the idiopatas. Anyway,
Yeah.
you'll find out. Sorry.
That is always very hard to translate. The 4, like the idiopatas.
The idiopatas.
The translation in Vietnamese also very, very long and blinded.
Kind of, yeah. Sometimes called just the 4 powers of psychic potency, or the 4. Yeah. Next. You up for it, XT? Go for it.
I've got a good one.
Hey, may I request that people read theirs twice and a little slower?
Okay.
Thank you.
My name is XT, and this is what I've got. I will be grateful and thankful and will not overlook even the least favor done to me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I need that.
And where's it from?
It's from SN 2012.
Yeah, so the Samyutta Nikaya 2012. And read it one more time.
I will be grateful and thankful and will not overlook even the least favor done to me.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, who's next? Okay.
Also, can we get the sutta reference?
Yeah, that was the Samyutta Nikaya 2012, right, XT?
Yes.
Yeah, 2012 in the Samyutta Nikaya. Okay.
Hello, this is Andre. Let's see what I got. I will be one who possesses perfect confidence in the Sangha. This is from Samyutta Nikaya 55.3.
Great. One more
I-
time. Yeah.
I will be one who possesses perfect confidence in this. That's a good one. I feel like I am getting there.
Yeah. Good. I hope you can come to Thailand sometime.
Sometime. Thank you.
Yeah, someday. It's the place where we have the most exposure to the enlightened Sangha, I think, in our experience. It also happens here in the US. Of course, it happens online, but
Enlightenment.
enlightened Sangha.
Everybody, y'all look warm.
This is Phil.
I'm Phil. All right, this is what I got. My bodily conduct shall be purified, clear, and open, flawless and restrained, and I will not laud myself and disparage others on account of that purified bodily conduct. Majjhima Nikaya 39.4. My body shall be purified, clear and open, flawless and restrained, and I will not laud myself and disparage others on account of that purified bodily conduct.
So can you identify what the specifics are for bodily conduct offhand?
Don't kill things.
Don't kill things. Yes, that's the first one. Yeah. Very important bodily
Don't
conduct
kill
thing.
things. I mentioned no sexual misconduct.
Mhm.
Don't steal stuff.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Then it goes to
Three
verbal.
things.
Oh, I guess, staying away from drugs and alcohol is pretty bodily, but usually they,
Sure.
what? Right livelihood can go in there, but usually those first three you mentioned are the main ones they talk about in the suttas. It's a big thing.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Phil. Hey.
Hi, everyone. I'm Val. Nice to see everyone. Hi, Amber. I miss you, my roommate. Mine is, I will develop and cultivate the liberation of mind by altruistic joy, make it a vehicle and basis, carry it out, consolidate it, and properly undertake it. Anguttara Nikaya 863.
863 and okay, read it one more time.
I will develop and cultivate carry it out, consolidate it, and properly undertake it. It's a lot of work with joy.
Yeah. And the Pali, of course, is mudita.
Mhm.
So that's usually the one listed third of the Brahma Viharas.
Yeah.
That's a great encouragement.
Yes, yes. It's good. It's good. I need more joy in my life. So that's good.
I think most of us do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, you strike out there and we'll follow you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you, Val.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Okay, next. Oh, good. Okay. Now they're starting to put him in themes. That's great.
Hi, I'm Hillary. Hi, everyone. I'm Hillary. Nice to meet everyone and Happy New Year. Mine is right after Bell. I will develop and cultivate liberation of the mind by equanimity, make it a vehicle and basis, carry it out, consolidate it, and properly undertake it. Anuttara Nikaya 863.
Yeah, same sutta.
Yeah.
Yes. Great.
Do I need to say it again? No, it's
No,
okay.
you want to read it again? One more time?
Okay, I'll read it one more time. I will develop and cultivate the liberation of mind by equanimity, make it a vehicle and basis, carry it out, consolidate it, and properly undertake it. Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you, Hillary. That's beautiful. Yes, Upeka. That's the name of my kuti. It's trying to remind me every day. Who's next? Okay.
Hello, everyone. It's Harry. So mine is kind of short, but I think it's a long practice. I will not engage in contentious talk. AN 761.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, on Gutranikaya 761. You want to just read it one more time? I know it's
Yep.
short, but
I will not engage in contentious talk. Yeah. I think this kind of like fit right into concentrations when you have not only like your mouth, but also like the verbal chatter in the mind.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
that's
a,
good.
it's a
Yeah.
long practice.
Yeah, very helpful.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Harry.
Yeah.
Hi.
It's very long. And I actually had no idea what he's saying.
Okay, we'll get into that. Yeah, come on closer. There you go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Adrienne. Happy New Year. The mind say, I will dwell contemplating the mind in and of itself, ardent, clearly comprehending, mindful, having removed longing and dejection in and of themselves in regard to the world. AN 863.
Yeah, so this teaching, it's in that sutta where the Buddha is giving advice to train in this way, but it's also part of the four foundations of mindfulness.
Okay.
So when the Buddha gave instruction about the four foundations of mindfulness, he started out by saying, you sit with your body straight up and you're, in a secluded place, and you set aside longing and aversion or dejection for the world. So obviously most of the time we're wanting something, wanting to get rid of something, but during that meditation, you just like try to set that all aside. And then you contemplate the four different aspects: body, feeling, mind, and dhammas, or principles of Dhamma. So this one is for the mind. So it's the third of the four foundations. So contemplating the mind, you contemplate, okay, what is the state of my mind? Is it calm or is it agitated? Is there greed here, or hatred or delusion, or not? And really getting to know the mind, which is different from the mind objects, different from the thoughts, sounds, smells, tastes, things we touch, see. And to really see that distinction is very important, because all this different stuff can come in through the senses,
Right.
and we can let them go. But the mind may have a kind of mood or a kind of state that colors everything. Like if our mind is restless or it's content, it's a big difference. When somebody says something to us, we might have a different reaction. So we get to know the mind itself, in and of itself. So not putting aside everything else.
So just looking into ourselves and see what we are
Yeah.
experiencing inside.
Yes.
Okay, I'll try that. I guess I will read it one more time like everybody else. So it says, I will dwell contemplating the mind in and of itself, ardent, clearly comprehending, mindful, having removed longing and dejection in and of themselves in regard to the world. AN 863. Happy New Year.
Very nice, Adrian. Thank you. Okay. Who's next? After you. No, after you. No, after you. No. Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Cameron. Happy New Year.
This is Cameron's second visit to the Vihara.
I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah, my second visit.
But now Cameron has located nearby, so we're going to see more of them.
Hopefully. Awesome. Whenever I listen to any Dhamma connected with the wholesome, I will listen to it with eager ears, attending to it as a matter of vital concern, applying my whole mind to it. Samyutta Nikaya 1611. One more
Nice.
time.
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever I listen to any Dhamma connected with the wholesome, I will listen to it with eager ears, attending to it as a matter of vital concern, applying my whole mind to it. Samyutta Nikaya 1611.
Thank you, Cameron. How does that fit into your life right now?
That's a good question. I think really listening to it, listening to the Dhamma and being ready to hear it, because that's the thing. We kind of go through life on autopilot of sorts and
Busy with
busy,
other
right?
things.
Yeah.
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 You're
So
doing a bunch of good work at the Land Trust in
Trying.
Santa Cruz. Yeah.
yeah. So I think it's actually listening for it versus just like passively existing. So I think that's one way. I don't know. Do you have any other
That sounds
insights
good to
on
me.
that one?
You know, another thing can be the degree to which we set everything else aside when we hear the Dhamma. And there are places where the Buddha talks about, you know, how important it is to hear the Dhamma. He gives some prereqs, like find a teacher that you think is really living the Dhamma. You know, like they wouldn't do anything to mislead someone because of greed, hatred, or delusion. And it doesn't mean that they're perfect or fully enlightened, but you can tell by watching them over time that they're trustworthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you visit them often and you pay respects to them. So like you're saying, the mind is ready and really like there willingly.
Right. Yeah.
And then you listen to the Dhamma, and then you go away and you think about it and you contemplate it and you practice with it, and then you start to realize the depth of it. Something like that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye, everyone.
Everybody hearing okay? Can you hear okay? Yeah, great.
Yep.
Some folks over there with a bunch of them.
I know there are more people with more. Did you're next?
Yeah, you're next, right?
Next. Since it was no you.
Yeah,
You're
Hi, everybody. Happy New
You
Year.
want to come a little closer? I think that thing just keeps going into the
Into the
bush
rut.
over there. Oh, it's a
Yeah.
little scary, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, samsara.
Yeah.
Could be worse. Okay. I will dwell heavily. I will develop acute mindfulness of death for the destruction of the defilements. Thus should you train yourself. And 619 and 873.
Yeah. And Buddha Nikaya,
Yeah.
619 and 873.
So, I mean, death is one of my favorite contemplations, and then just, you know, impermanence in general. But I never thought about like applying that kind of contemplation on the defilements themselves. So
for the destruction of the defilements. So I think like you're suggesting applying it to the defilements themselves. How do you think that would look?
I mean, that's kind of the question because I
death is certain, you know, but death of the defilements, is that also certain, like eventually? But I mean, I feel like you have to strive for the death of the defilements.
Yeah, I don't, the way I imagine it, the way I think is very powerful is there's a defilement in the mind, you know, that we can recognize, like I really want something, I really am, anger is arising, or hatred or aversion or something, you know, that is, and if we think about the reality that we're going to die, a lot of times that just flickers out, you know, it's like it gets dwarfed if we really, you know, practice the acute mindfulness of death
to like give yourself motivation or
a
a
reality
sense of urgency.
huge
to,
reality
like, yeah.
check, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
helpful.
in one place where the Buddha talks about letting go of anger, oh, it's in the Dhammapada. You know, those who realize that they're going to die, they resolve all their issues with peace. So
that sounds great.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go for that. Okay, sounds very nice.
Good.
Do you have any advice on like how to like, I guess, like the practical side of things, like, because when you're in a situation where you're kind of in a conflict, it's not something, I mean, it's for oneself, this contemplation, but if you're not rising to the conflict, sometimes that makes things worse. Like makes the other person angrier. So it's like, even if I'm like, I'm gonna die, it's not like I can say, and you're gonna die too. So let's like
just leave them out of it. Yeah, yeah. I really like often this time Ajahn Ganha was saying, you know, don't correct other people, just correct yourself. So I think what can happen, I know this kind of situation you're talking about, especially with someone you've had a lot of entanglement with, like a family member. Maybe you've got a dynamic between you that's it's almost like you could predict who's going to say what under certain circumstances. And then when you don't do your usual role, they can get pretty upset.
Yeah.
Because it just throws the dynamic into new territory.
Especially, yeah, if they feel super justified in their, you know,
well,
because their feelings are valid. Like
Yeah.
everyone's feelings are valid, but the behavior is
So when you're not
always a choice.
when you're not allowing the defilements to take control inside of us, when we're not allowing that, then there's an opportunity to really listen to them. Because when people are upset, that's what they need, to listen. It's hard to remember because it's so hard to keep our own emotions in check, because we're like tuning forks. Someone else is upset, we get upset. You know, but then, you know, if we use this practice, so I would recommend every day. I mean, you might be doing this already, knowing you know, every day reflecting on your death. And, you know, the Buddha said every breath, but then you'll see how well it goes.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. One breath at a time.
One breath at a time, maybe. But, you know, like if we really have a habit or a practice of looking at our death, then when the heat comes on and the emotions get high, then we have a better chance of remembering to go to that. And it sobers us up. It places this interaction into context. I'm gonna die, they're gonna die. Is this gonna matter? If they died tomorrow, how would I feel? Am I really gonna say this to them now? You know, maybe I can listen, maybe I can be present with the obvious pain and dukkha they're experiencing. Maybe there's something I can do to make this different. Now, if they do react more strongly, that's just a part of the change of the dynamic. It's very uncomfortable. Even if it's a very ugly, dysfunctional dynamic, it's familiar. And then the more you hold your line like that, when you have those interactions with them, the more they will settle down too. Usually it's how it goes.
Eventually, maybe.
Yeah, maybe not. It may not take as long as you think.
Mm.
Maybe 2-3 episodes, and it's a different dynamic.
Okay, well, great. I think this is great. I think this is exactly the practice
Yeah,
for me this week, so
wonderful.
thank you.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you very much.
Are you ready? All right. Say hi to everybody.
Hi,
Tell them your name.
my name is Aruna.
Aruna.
So I read.
Yep.
I will be one who possesses perfect confidence in the Buddha.
Oh, that's beautiful. Could you hear him? It's a little soft. I can't tell what they're doing. Somebody want to tell
It's
me?
a little soft.
A little soft. Could you read it louder?
Okay.
Right here.
Okay. I will be one who possesses perfect confidence in the Buddha.
Yeah. Perfect confidence in the Buddha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's probably something you've thought about before.
yeah.
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 So, I always had that confidence
That's great.
from the time I was born.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I continue to grow and continue to practice and continue to experience.
Yeah, you know what I think is so amazing about it when we have that perfect confidence in the Buddha. Sometimes it feels like, I mean, it's the Buddha who lived, 2,500 years ago, and it's also the awakened mind, having confidence in the awakened mind, having the confidence that our own mind can awaken. That's one that sometimes we find that's more difficult. Can I awaken? So having the confidence that too is right there accessible to all of us. That's a very important thing to know.
Supreme teacher. And,
For supreme teacher. That's right.
Yes, I can practice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aruna.
Thank you.
Okay. We have 2 members of the Sangha approaching. Hello,
Hello,
Ash.
everyone. Hello, everyone. This is Asher, and I'm Sarda. So Asher is 11 months old, but I think this quote would probably be on point, which is
Asher picked one.
Asher picked one. Yeah.
Oh, good.
I will not utter a falsehood, even as a joke.
Is that Asher's?
That was Asher's.
You might be safe for a little longer, Asher. Oh, you want to play with that?
That's, I think, Madhyama Nikaya
Actually not a good idea.
61:7. No, Asher.
Yes, Majjhima Nikaya 61:7. I will not utter a falsehood even as a joke, which is good for us to remember.
And then my one is, I will be moderate in eating.
Oh, surely that's not a problem.
No, it actually is.
That was hard for everyone.
No, I do notice I tend to eat when I'm stressed out, and kind of having a balanced diet with cravings. So I think fighting cravings is something I'm working on, and actually quite timely because it's something I've decided to do this year in terms of being more healthy with diet and exercise. And
well, I know you know all about that because we've talked about it a number of times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And then managing the cravings.
That's great. Oh, thank you. Nice to see you, Asher. Hi.
I'm just gonna have read
okay.
Dills, my mom and
Okay.
Yeah. I will not cling to the I and my consciousness will not be dependent on the eye. I will not cling to the ear. I will not cling to the nose. I will not cling to the tongue. I will not cling to the body. I will not cling to the mind and my consciousness. And my consciousness will not be dependent on the mind. Thus, householder, should you train yourself. Majjhima Nikaya 43.
You know, that's a really powerful teaching of the Buddha that he was giving to a man who was dying. Yeah, come sit down, Dill. Yeah, he was giving that teaching to someone who was dying at the time. And it's a very powerful teaching. And it's really so encompassing, as you saw. It's like to recognize. Would you give me that one more time? We're gonna read it one more time, I think. When he says, I will not cling to the eye, and my consciousness will not be dependent on the eye. So it's like we won't cling to what we in that sutta, they go through the whole thing, what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we touch, including, you know, it's not just the organs that sense it, but it's also the objects. It's also the consciousness that makes sense of those impressions. It's also the feeling that comes because of it, and the contact. What the Buddha is trying to do to help this man who's a householder. So this is one of the reasons we left this part about the householder in there, because you think, well, this is a really all-encompassing practice. But the Buddha expected that of his householder disciples as well as his monastic disciples, and to really help us let go completely. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Hi, Dilhara.
Oh, I'm Shalini.
Oh, I'm sorry, Shalini. I didn't look closely enough. I didn't even know you were here. Oh my gosh. Thank you for coming.
Yes. Okay. Okay, my one says, I will dwell in practicing the Dhamma in line with the Dhamma, practicing with integrity, conducting myself in line with the Dhamma. Thus should you train yourself.
Oh. What do you think?
I actually don't know.
You know, I think it really is thinking about how to base your life on the principle of Dhamma.
Okay.
And usually we're basing it on the principle of the sense of self. So when you're, you know, whatever you're doing, whatever you're saying, you can take that into every aspect of your life.
Okay.
And think about, well, how do I do this in accordance with Dhamma?
Okay.
Because the world gives us kind of the encouragement to go the opposite.
Right.
You know, for self-interest, for gain, for fame, for what, you know, it's a very different priority. So this is making Dhamma the priority in your life.
Okay. So live your life.
Yeah. I can guarantee the results will be better. Or you don't have to trust me for that. You can, the Buddha is pretty clear about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. I'm so glad you could come.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Shalini. Everybody's moved back from this fire. I think it's my turn. It's really blazing. It's okay. It's okay. We'll have to rearrange chairs a little bit. Okay. We're back. I just want you to see this fire so you know what we're talking about. Oh, it's hot, but it's great. That's the bonfire now. Did you see? Yeah.
The world is burning.
The world is burning. We're getting the firsthand experience a little bit. Fortunately, it's very wet out here, and we're not in any danger of actually harming anything.
Great idea.
Oh, it's okay, Phil. We've done.
Only you got one.
Yeah, it's okay.
Just concerned that,
It won't stay stable.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, who else? Is anybody? Dilhara. Okay. Do people still mistake you and Shalini?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm not the only one.
No, not in a long time, but yeah.
No, not in a long time.
No, not in a long time.
Whoops.
But we do look alike. Wow.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Dohara. Hello. I got my mental conduct shall be purified, clean, and open, flawless and restrained, and I will not laud myself and disparage others on account of that purified mental conduct. I have no idea. You're
Oh.
gonna have to explain that.
Yeah, so in that sutta, I think the Buddha talks about bodily conduct, verbal conduct, and mental conduct. So this one is talking about, how you're thinking. So my mental conduct is going to be pure and clear and open. So I'm not gonna ruminate on negativity.
Oh no.
Yeah. The Buddha's getting right in there, right in there.
I know. I got this and I tried to switch it with my husband. I was like, oh no, you have this. And it's funny, we got the exact correct one because I do tend to ruminate a lot.
And your moderation in eating is not.
That's not my problem. That's his problem.
Well, I think a lot of us, I mean, it's hard to train the mind.
Yeah.
And the truth is that, what we think about actually eventually shows up in our actions,
Right.
in our speech, in our actions, and also what we take in, like what we watch, what we listen to, what we read. That comes in and affects our verbal conduct. I mean, our mental conduct, which then gets pushed out into the world at some point if we don't really become aware enough of it. So it's a great practice.
It's a great, yeah. Great for 2025. Thank you, sister.
You're welcome, Tara. That is Asher's mama. For her. Did everybody go? I think we did. No, I didn't go. Right? Oh no, we've got a whole bunch of people online. So we made you wait through all of that. And now we're going to hear from you. So I think they'll be able to hear you when you talk. And let's see, I think maybe I'll just go in order as I see you on here. Nuit first. Is that okay, Nuit? Ayya, do you want to help with the selections?
Online?
Yeah. Okay.
Give me the block. I'll do.
You want to play with that? Okay.
I was like,
Come on. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is for Nuit.
Hi. Thank you, Ayya.
I am happy you're here.
Thank you.
Even though I am afflicted in body, my mind will be unafflicted. Oh, don't get sick, okay?
I got that one last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Phil got that one last year. He didn't get sick. It's not
How
a
did
curse.
it
It's
go?
okay.
You got kidney stones. Oh, that's plenty enough affliction of body.
Yeah, no, but I thought about when I had
This was good for it.
I thought about that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Instructions are good. So
Oh.
my body was afflicted, but my mind was.
So Phil found this a really good one last year. He did have a bout with kidney stones and he said it was really helpful. But
Don't get sick, okay?
there's enough affliction in the body without anything serious happening.
Like gray hairs and age spots and those things. Yeah. But
Yeah, so just to read it one more time. You want to read it one more time?
Sure. I'm hoping no one here gets afflicted in body because this looks a little dangerous.
Okay, maybe
Anyway.
they stop for a little while.
Even though I am afflicted in body, my mind will be unafflicted.
Sanyutta Nikaya 22:1. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nwet. Oh, yeah, it's in there. Adrian, did we do you already? We did. Did we? No, we didn't. Adrian, can't count on my memory. Okay, this is for Adrian.
Okay, I will dwell with a mind devoid of conceiving. I will dwell with an imperturbable mind. I will dwell with a mind devoid of palpitation. I will dwell with a mind devoid of proliferation. I will dwell with a mind in which conceit has been struck down.
Wow.
Hey, thank you, Ayya.
Confidence in you.
Do it, Adrian. Samyutta Nikaya 35 to 48.
Yeah, read it one more time.
Okay, I will dwell with a mind devoid of conceiving. I will dwell with an imperturbable mind. I will dwell with a mind devoid of palpitation. I will dwell with a mind devoid of proliferation. I will dwell with a mind in which conceit has been struck down.
Great,
Like the
thank
way-
you.
I like the way the
Yeah,
Buddhist
the proliferation one, definitely that's good. That's good. That's a problem. So that'll be good to have as a reflection. Thank you.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you, Adrian. Yeah. Who else can talk? Oh, the next one.
Brandy?
Yeah.
Hi, Brandy. I know you, so it's gonna be random.
Where are you calling from, Brandy?
Sorry, what did you say?
Where are you calling from?
Portland, Oregon.
Oh,
Hey. The Buddha says to Brandy, my mind will be firm and well settled internally. Arisen bad, unwholesome states will not obsess my mind. Sangutra Nikaya 863.
there are lots of other instructions in there, but this one's for you. I mean, I'm going to try at 863.
Yeah.
You want to read it again?
Okay, my mind will be firm and well settled internally. Arisen bad, unwholesome states will not obsess my mind.
Yeah. This is particularly a good one when you're about to enter some kind of situation where you might be in a confrontation, or when something's going on and you keep thinking about it and you really turn to that instruction, and they'll change the way the mind is going.
Yeah, thank you. This will be good for me. I do have that tendency to obsess about things.
Well, it's very common. That's kind of how we're set up as humans. Okay.
They are.
Olivia.
Okay, Olivia. Hey, Olivia, I will dwell contemplating impermanence in all formations, perceiving suffering in what is impermanent, perceiving non-self in what is suffering, perceiving abandonment, perceiving fading away, perceiving cessation. Samyutta Nikaya 55:3.
That's 100% perfect. What I've been doing.
You want to read it one more time?
I don't know. She seems to have it.
She does, but what's that request
I
earlier?
will dwell contemplating impermanence in all formations, perceiving suffering in what is impermanent, perceiving non-self in what is suffering, perceiving abandonment, perceiving fading away, perceiving cessation.
Yeah.
Can I just say, between the morning and the afternoon, I was watching videos of autopsies.
Okay.
That's good.
That's a good reflection for impermanent. Yeah. Dukkha and not self, that's for sure. All right. Thank you, Olivia. Okay, Cap is next. We did James earlier, right, James?
Namaskar, Ayya.
How are you, Tap? It's been a while.
I know it has been too long.
Yeah. Sorry, the road was intimidating. Next time.
We have to get you out here a few times and then you'll find it easy.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Okay, I will develop and cultivate the liberation of the mind by compassion, make it a vehicle and basis, carry it out, consolidate it, and properly undertake it. That's pretty good. Compassion practice for the year. It's in Anguttara Nikaya 863. And again, I will develop and cultivate the liberation of the mind by compassion, make it a vehicle and basis, carry it out, consolidate it, and properly undertake it.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And may I, yeah, ask a basic question? Since
Sure.
it's been too long, so where or which is a good site for me to get access to the sutta?
The suttacentral.net. If you go to suttacentral.net, you might have to play with it a little bit to find the right sutta, but basically on the home page, it'll have the basket of suttas and Vinaya and Abhidhamma, but you just pick the suttas, obviously, and then it'll have the different books. So the Anguttara Nikaya is the numbered discourses. You pick that one. I think you have to make another choice for the Pali Suttas in between there. Anyhow, you'll kind of get the idea of what to pick. And then you'll be able to choose the book of eights and then go to number 63. So you'll be able to you can get to all the Pali Suttas that way and many other sources. It's really awesome. And you can actually go into the different views and you can actually select that it'll show Pali when you want to click on a word, and you can see what the Pali is.
Mhm.
Have the Pali translation, like up there. That's when you have the Pali translation up there. You can select a Pali word and you can see what it means. It's really great.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll look that up. And for this specific one, any insights or advice from me?
I just feel like using compassion to approach your circumstances, whatever they are, is so powerful. I mean, if like how much we get out of this exercise, how much we use these instructions, it's really up to us, right? But if you really try to use compassion as a lens through which you're observing what's happening, it changes the way you think about what people are saying to you. It changes your position on how you're going to handle things, because really it causes us to look deeper. Like maybe somebody's saying something that's really rude or impertinent. Maybe somebody's being really argumentative or even mean. But then you start to look deeper, you scratch the surface. There's a lot of dukkha in there. There's a lot of suffering. We can have compassion for that. And, then we take things we're less likely to take things personally. We're less likely to show up first and foremost as a self, as a sense of self. So it can be a really powerful practice.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the same or maybe it's different. Can I also think of it as metta? It's like applying or writing out metta?
Yeah, it's slightly different. So actually, when you go to that sutta, I think you'll find instructions for metta, compassion, altruistic joy, and equanimity. They'll all be there. And the interesting thing about it is that I think metta really underlies all four of them. I think it's there regardless. And sometimes metta is the forerunner. It's the one that's the foremost, the one that's appropriate to be in the foreground. But when there's dukkha, when there's a lot of suffering, then the one that's most appropriate in the foreground is compassion.
Right.
Yeah. And it is slightly different, and it's useful to just explore that, in this situation, what's the most appropriate Brahmavihara to hold in the foreground? Is it equanimity because people are really doing awful? part of it, but we have to be wise in how we use the Brahma Viharas. And if we recognize that, you know, it's not just about constant loving kindness, even when someone is being mean or immoral. It's about having wisdom also. So we have to make sure the boundaries are there, appropriate boundaries, and really use the Brahma Viharas in the right way.
Yes, thank you. The screen froze for a few seconds, so I lost a few words, but I think okay. And that's recording, right?
Yes, hopefully the recording is getting it, but who knows?
Whoever probably isn't, and then we're not. So
Isn't what?
recording, because it's probably blipping on their end.
Yeah, maybe.
So
anyway, I could recap just a little bit. I don't want to bore you, but the point was about using wisdom along with compassion.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sometimes people mistake kindness and compassion for making ourselves doormats, or, you know, just like having no boundaries. But that's not at all what the Buddha taught. So we should be wise, you know, be careful about how we spend our time, who we spend our time with, and being careful not to follow those who are doing the wrong things, and to, whenever possible, prevent you know, immoral behavior, certainly in ourselves, but also speak out against it with others. So it's really something to have, you know, in balance.
Yep. Thank you for that. And may I ask one Buddha's drawing for my daughter, Trista?
Oh, sure.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna read Olivia her sutta number here.
Oh, Olivia's sutta number is Samyutta Nikaya 55-3. Okay. Oh, they're taking off.
They're taking off.
Hold on a second.
Thank you. Happy New Year. Okay. Trista? Trista.
Krista, yeah.
Trista. Okay. You should train like this. In the scene will be merely the scene. In the herd will be merely the herd. In the thought will be merely the thought. In the known will be merely the known. That's how you should train. It's from the Udana 1.10. Udana. Mm-hmm.
This is great and it sounds perfect. I actually just gave her a book. Don't believe everything you're thinking. So.
Ah, that's nice. Yeah, that's good. That's so funny. It's like how much we react to stuff out there,
right.
And even our own thoughts, and it's just noise, you know. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to own any of this. Yeah, fun. Well, we'll see if Mama wants to say anything, because she probably will. Yeah.
Hello.
I'll keep it for her. This one's Trista's.
Trista's, yes. Okay. Oh, this is really important teaching. When we can see and hear and think things and know things without our adding anything onto it, like our self concern or our self kind of perceptions, when it's just, well, I see it as just, that's all it is. That's a huge breakthrough in the practice. And so, you know, for Trista, you know, this could be very important. And if she wants to talk about this, just let us know. We'd be happy to talk more about it, because And it's good to read the story. It's actually this wanderer from another group that came to the Buddha and wanted a teaching. And the Buddha said, no, it's not the right time. I'm walking for alms. And he said, no, please give me a teaching, because you never know, I might die before you get done with alms round. And finally, the Buddha gave him this teaching, and he had practiced a lot already, and he understood it, and he became enlightened. And then, as he left, he was killed by a cow. And so it's such an important breakthrough teaching. And so, for most of us, we want to look at the pieces of it and try to take instances of, something that really affects us, and then to step back and say, hey, that's just what the person said. I don't have to add all this stuff to it in my mind. I don't have to take it in like it's so crucial to me. I hope that's helpful.
Super. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Who's next?
Jojo. Is it Jojo?
Yeah.
Jocelyn is Jojo in my mind. Okay. I will be one who possesses the virtues dear to the noble ones, unbroken, untorn, unblemished, unmottled, freeing, praised by the wise, ungrasped, leading to stillness of mind. That's good.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. Samyutta Nikaya 55.3.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Should I read it again just for fun? Apparently this is a good thing, so I'll keep doing it. I will be one who possesses the virtues dear to the noble ones, unbroken, untorn, unblemished, unmottled, freeing, praised by the wise, ungrasped, leading to the stillness of mind. SN 55.3.
Aspirational. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, Amber is next.
Hey, where's the Amber one? I will use my gains without being tied to them, uninfatuated with them, not blindly absorbed in them, seeing the danger in them and understanding the escape.
Wow.
SN 20:9. Okay.
I will use my gains. So whatever you comes your way in any form.
That's worldly or not.
Yeah, you don't want to be tied to anything.
Yeah, don't cling to those things either.
Yeah, don't cling to anything. But a lot of our challenges in the worldly gains, and they can be physical, but they can also be, praise of some kind, or, some kind of like a position that we have, and to be able to not be tied to it, uninfatuated by it, not blindly absorbed in it, seeing the danger. This is really a big thing, especially sometimes if we have a position of authority, we can really see that as self. Or sometimes, the work, sometimes when people leave their work and retire, they don't know who they are anymore. It's really worth exploring all the different aspects of life where we feel we have something.
Yeah, and I'm liking that Amber's like the worldly ones, right? But even the spiritual gains you might have, like that, the clinging is the identifying with it. It's like, whew, I have this, whatever it is. And then getting stuck there, like identifying with it and just, blindly absorbed in it, like it says, and then you don't make progress because you're stuck in this, eighth jhana, and
Hopefully that becomes a problem this year.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Good problem to have.
Well,
I'll let you
it'll
know.
be something where you go, yeah, I'm not clinging to that though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And usually if somebody is sort of acting like that with regard to some attainment, they probably don't really have that attainment.
Yeah.
The real attainments are humbling, and really it kind of comes with that understanding that it's not
Shovels
self.
for that over there. Shoving it in so you don't have to get
Rakes
dirt.
and shovels.
Don't hurt yourselves, okay?
They want to heat it on there.
No, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Making me nervous.
Me too.
I'm scared the screen's just gonna go black and that's it. What's going on?
Yeah. Oh yeah, things are cooling down over here. Okay.
Thank you.
That's great. Okay, K, one for K.
Amber.
Right.
Which one for Ooh,
she's stirring the basket.
Okay, I will be possessed of mindfulness and full awareness. I will act in full awareness when going forward and returning. I will act in full awareness when looking ahead and looking away. I will act in full awareness when flexing and extending my limbs. I will act in full awareness when eating, drinking, consuming food, and tasting. I will act in full awareness when defecating and urinating. I will act in full awareness when walking, standing, sitting, falling asleep, waking up, talking, and keeping silent. Majjhima Nikaya 39:11.
So this is a practice that you find in the foundations of mindfulness, and it certainly is pretty all-encompassing, encouraging that mindfulness.
Well, I think it's right on for how, like, where my practice is right now, how it's developing. And as I kind of think about this upcoming year, it's just right on with where I am developmentally. So yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Good.
Yay. I have to read
You're not going to read that again? You want to read that again?
Okay. I will be possessed of mindfulness and full awareness. I will act in full awareness when going forward and returning. I will act in full awareness when looking ahead and looking away. When flexing and extending my limbs, when eating, drinking, consuming food, and tasting, when defecating and urinating, when walking, standing, sitting, falling asleep, waking up, talking, and keeping silent. MN 39:11.
Wonderful.
So if you get some hot coals, you can stick the pot in the hot coal. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. I don't know how much of this they're hearing it, but they don't need to. They don't need instructions. They need
Aiden.
Eden says to householders, so you should train like this. How can we from time to time enter and dwell in the rapture of seclusion? That's how you should train. In Gutra Nikaya 5.176, Book of Fives, number 176.
So I think you already do this, Aiden, but taking time to have time alone and time for meditation. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Aiden. I got distracted.
That's my job.
Oh, being distracted? No.
Getting distracted.
So what do you think, Aiden? Do you have questions?
You want to hear it again?
Yeah, can you read that again?
Yeah. So you should train like this. How can we from time to time enter and dwell in the rapture of seclusion? That's how you should train.
So having time by yourself and being able to get into meditation, secluded from other people, busyness, and feel the joy.
Yeah, I feel like I really do need some time away from others and just go inside of myself more. It's like that fear of finding out more about myself. It's like the conundrum of like wanting to find out more and also afraid of what's in there and having to face all those, especially the regrets and things I would do differently. And I mean, it's easier said than done, like about not weighing on it heavily, like you said before. But it's just like so hard, even though it's like, oh, I intend to do better. I have better intentions and I don't want to be in that position and do the same thing. But it's like always that little pepper of, that feeling bad. So yeah, so that's great in trying to experience that rapture and little things or
Yeah.
so-called little things that other people might not realize, and like the joy, the happiness, like what you said,
Yeah.
the rapture,
Yeah.
excitement, even though it might not be obvious at first. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Just
people can easily take for granted.
yeah, and practicing, becoming still and noticing the pleasant feelings in the body, and then recognizing that there's a certain kind of pleasant energy arising from being quiet. Yeah, it's really good.
It's just very challenging, like just a lot of things that give us dopamine hits. And so
Yeah.
it's like trying to live in the 21st century and also trying to understand these teachings. It's like, how do you find that balance? So that's a good challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, what I found really interesting over the years, many years now, it's like I've gradually letting go of things in the world and then not missing them at all. It's really interesting. It's like, yeah, I don't really need that at all anymore. Whatever it was, that dopamine hit just doesn't have the allure. So hopefully through Dhamma practice and having good Sangha around and available can really help.
Can
Make
you
that
say that
clear.
number again? Or can you type it?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, it's Anguttara Nikaya 5.176. Okay, there it is in the chat.
Oh, great, thanks. And even my therapist was saying lean into your sangha a little bit more, because I would complain to them, or not complain, I would express my loneliness and sadness often to him.
Yeah.
And sometimes I like forget that I have other resources.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay.
Hey, almost done.
Okay, yeah.
We got Carol next or Kay?
Carol.
We did Kay already.
Yep.
Carol. And then maybe Karen and we're done. Early.
I think so. Sure. We can pull one for her sister Kay.
Yeah, your sister.
Okay, so this is for Carol.
Okay, Carol, you there? Yay! You're muted, Carol. You're muted.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry about that.
No.
Good to see you.
Good to see you guys too.
Yeah. You got the same one as Yasif got this morning. It's I will enter situations with body, speech, and mind guarded, with mindfulness set up, restrained in my sense faculties.
Oh, that's good, because I've been getting really pissed off at work lately.
Okay.
And just and not holding back. Yeah, it's good. That's good. That's
Okay.
what I need.
Guard your mind and just don't look at the annoying things.
Oh yeah, I've been struggling with that lately. And what was that from?
It's Ayya Nikaya 2010.
2010. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll write that down. Thank you.
And I think there might be more in there than.
Oh, I'm sure. There's more I need.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, and you too.
Thank you. Okay, is Cared-One the end?
Cared-One, I think
Cared-One's the end.
might be the last person here.
Brand new. Oh no, she's my sister. So Third one here says, my verbal conduct shall be purified, clear, and open, flawless and restrained, and I will not laud myself and disparage others on account of that purified verbal conduct. It's from MN 39.5. Yeah.
Yeah, so in the Majjhima Nikaya, when we have another, like it's Majjhima 35, I mean 39, sorry, 39, but that's the fifth paragraph. Should be the fifth paragraph.
Can you send it in the chat?
Sure.
The number?
9.5. Are you in there? Is it doing it?
Oh, no, it sure isn't.
Oh,
it's there. Olivia got it for her.
Oh, good.
Oh, thank you, Olivia.
Okay.
Yay. Okay, my verbal conduct shall be purified, clear, and open, flawless and restrained, and I will not laud myself and disparage others on account of that purified verbal conduct.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome.
Okay, really the last one. This is for Alex's sister Kate.
Okay, Alex, come on
We
over.
got the same one that Ling got this morning. It says, I will be content with any kind of clothes. I will be content with any kind of food. I'll be content with any kind of lodging. I'll be content with any kind of medicine. Yeah, SN 16.1.
Oh, I shall appreciate that.
Very good. Yeah. Okay, everyone. Anybody else want to say anything?
Zaruba wants a Buddhist fortune.
Okay, Zaruba.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He said yes.
This is simple. I will guard the doors of the sense faculties.
Ooh.
In Gutra Nikaya 556.
AN 5.56. So
Book of Fives.
yeah, read it one more time.
I will guard the doors of the sense faculties.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah?
These are amazing. Yeah. Thank
Good.
you, Ayas.
Yeah.
I tell you, the Devas help with this magic, I think, or something.
They really.
Yeah. Yeah, and once in a while someone says to us, yeah, at first I didn't think the one that I picked was really for me, and then later, oh, it was really for me. Anyway, they're the Buddha's teachings. How can you go wrong, right?
Hey, I think was Joyce here earlier and I just didn't see it? No. You want one, Joyce? Oh, where'd she go? Oh, there she is.
There you are.
Yes?
Of course.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Here says, I will be intent on wakefulness. In Gutra Nikaya 556. I will be intent on wakefulness.
Would you say the sutta again?
In Gutra Nikaya,
Okay.
Book of Fives, number 56.
Okay. And could you say the name again so I make sure I'm on the right one when I find it?
Yeah, it's just, I will be intent on wakefulness.
Yeah, it's not the name of the sutta. It's just a.
Oh, I got it. Okay, that's great.
It's one line in the sutta, and I think there are other instructions there as well. Probably 5 of them, maybe.
Well, thank you. That's a really good one. Thank you.
Yeah. Did anyone else join later? Did we get everybody?
We did Nancy this morning, I think, so
Yeah.
we should be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to see everybody on New Year's Day. And
I'm glad you caught us because it says we're on till 4, but I don't think anybody wants to just watch us play with the burn pile, the bonfire.
great to see all. I hope you all have a wonderful 2025.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Okay. Goodbye, online friends.
Thank you.
Hi,
Bye.
25,
Happy New Year.
everyone.
Thank you.
Happy New
Thank you,
Year.
Ayya.